if you're the Spurs, do you build this thing slowly through the draft over the next couple of years, or are you trying to add to this team right away in free agency and through trade?
As a person who's experienced this firsthand during the Anthony Davis era, the idea of trying to build up quickly and chase the playoffs just because you got a great prospect, it doesn't end well. I'm gonna just let the Spurs people know. Try to trade for Drew Holiday and Tyreek Evans if you want. I promise you, it will not work. Build this thing up
Tyreek
slowly.
Evans.
Oh my God, it was rough times in New Orleans. I've seen some things down here, but no, I think they've been doing it the right way in San Antonio, building up with these young guys, not investing a whole bunch of money in the Dejounte Murrays of the world. Just get some young core pieces to build around Wemby. I think this is a whole different conversation. The way we're like turning Wemby into like the best player in the league before he even touches foot in America is
Yeah.
crazy to me. I
Oh,
mean,
you're
let the
right. It's
kid
crazy. He's
grow.
not going to be the best player in the league. He's going to be the best player ever, Will.
Best player in team sports, best human since Martin Luther
In
King.
team
Uh,
sports.
I mean, it's insane. The dude is a teenager still. I mean, we got to let him grow up a little bit and figure some things out. So I think the Spurs have been doing things the correct way, letting young guys like Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Sohan grow up slowly, figure out their roles. There'd probably be some pressure there with Greg Popovich. You know, the clock is ticking on the end of his career. I'm sure they want him to be involved in some type of playoff run with Wemby. But I say the right thing to do is save those picks, build up your young guys, and don't rush it. Because things are lovely now, but we're in a day and age in the NBA, man. It's a snap of a finger, and all of a sudden, these young guys get wandering eyes, and they start having dreams in New York and LA, and you'll be stuck right back in this position if you make the wrong decisions.
You've got to be aggressive looking for the opportunity, but don't get too eager. Don't go out and just trade for the first Kristaps Porzingis you see. Don't go out and then mortgage the rest of your future for Kyrie Irving. Like, just take your time. Understand that you have a massive advantage over everyone else because you have this unbelievable prospect. Understand that he's under team control for a while now. And
Yeah.
and you have time to get this right, to get the supporting cast next to him correct. Don't screw it up. Don't, like, going after a second-rate star or second-rate stars around him and having them be bad fits, that's the only way to screw this up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, stay young, flourish, keep your draft capital, and wait for the right fit. Wait for an opportunity to pounce on a guy that can fit next to him, and and just allow him to be great. Because I mean, we can joke about the some of the stuff that's come out about Wembanyama, but he is the rarest of prospects. Just a 7'4" freak who can handle, who can shoot, who's probably the best defensive prospect in I don't know how many decades. And they already have not like super intriguing young talent, but a few young guys who should be
You're dialing
rotation
back your
pieces
disrespect a
at the
little bit
very
here,
least.
Jay.
Um, and they have pieces to go out and build around him. Just be patient. Just be patient.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
saw it with LeBron in Cleveland too. It was like Antoine Jameson. It
Yep.
was
Yeah.
Mo Williams. It was, and they never got it right because they were too urgent. Shaq, like
Yeah.
you can't get too eager when you have a young star, because that's the way to get the young star to leave and to underachieve as a team because you couldn't find the right pieces around him.
We've seen it in Boston. The best way to build around a young star is to get another young star to play with them, and I think that's the job for San Antonio. They got really good young role players there. They need that second star to put next to Wembanyama, and that's when they're going to be a real contender. As much as I like Sohan and Keldon Johnson, those guys aren't that. So they got to find that second guy, and the best way to do it is through the draft. We've seen it over and over again. But if I could just have one aside, I just want to say tip a hat and RIP to the days where it was easy for sports writers like me and Jay King to skip the San Antonio trip because none of us like going to San Antonio. I'm just gonna break the news to y'all. We don't like the Riverwalk. We don't like that arena that is just in the middle of nowhere. I used to love just seeing San. Oh, I'm not going there, so we can skip that one. Now I gotta go to San Antonio. I gotta find something to do on a Tuesday night when nobody's out in the city, just so I can see Victor Wembanyama. So it was fun while it lasted, Jay. But now we gotta go to San Antonio, I guess, and figure out what the hell to do.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to just toast San Antonio today, but here I am.
Here.
Stevie Francois.